Hello, welcome. So today we're going to go over an introduction to probability. So this will be the first lesson within this little lecture series we'll be going over. So from a content perspective, I'm going to introduce the probability of a specific event that we're talking about. So the actual experiment, the sample space, and then we're going to define this definition of an event and then talk about a few more axioms of probability. Then we're going to get into actually some methods of assigning the specific probabilities. So say like equally likely outcomes, whether it be probability of the long run relative frequency. Then for some operations on how you can derive or find these, it'll be like Venn diagrams and definitions of others. And then we'll get a little bit into conditions of probability independence. There's an experiment and there's a sample space. So we'll talk about an experiment to start. So an experiment is the process of observing a phenomenon that has variation in its outcomes. So we'll say an experiment. And an example of that is tossing a die, like a six-sided die. So rolling it once, that could be our experiment, and we're looking to see which number it will fall on. So with the die, we're going to say, now what is our sample space? So within our experiment, we have a sample space. And this sample space associated with our experiment or rolling a die is the collection of all possible distinct outcomes of the experiment. So take this die, for example, a six-sided die. Our sample space here is going to be the collection of outcomes. So it would be just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. As when we roll it, you can't get 1 and 2 or 3 and 4. You can get either 1, 2, etc. Any of these options. And so each of those options is called an elementary outcome or a simple event. And an event is a set of the elementary outcomes possessing a designated feature. So for example, with our die, these types of sample spaces could be finite, as in rolling a die 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. Or for example, you could have this event that we have defined. So A would be rolling the die and getting 6 3 times. So we would say A is the collection of a 6, and a 6. So we would denote this either as PA, because A is up here. We would say PR of A, whichever, it's all the same. Okay, so let's take an example. This one would be a bit complicated to start with, so let's start with something very simple. If we have our six-sided die, we can denote B, this event B, as the probability of rolling an odd number. So we'll say B or PB equals the probability of rolling odd. So think of what odd would be in this case. If we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So we would say B is equal to 1, 3, or 5. So if you think about that, an event B would occur if any 1 or 3 or 5 occurs. So 1 or 3 or 5, we would simply say that the probability would be 3 over 6 or 1/2. Now, part 2 would be the actual methods of assigning these probabilities. So like I was talking about before, when the probability of B occurring is 3 over 6 or 1/2, how do we know that this is true? I know that this is true because of my assumption that these equally likely elementary outcomes are again equally likely to occur. So when I roll the die is fair, and that there's not going to be bias towards the 5 or the 2 or the 3, that each outcome is equally likely to occur. So we can say the event B, like we talked about before, the probability of B consisting of m elements, in our case 3, where K equals the number of total outcomes, we define the probability of B equals M over K. B equals 1, 3, 5. So that's 3. M equals 3. And the die is 6-sided. So 6 there. So I got 3 over 6. Seen a Venn diagram before. So Venn diagram. Like when we would say things that people like. Say we have 10 subjects and 2 choices. Pizza or chicken nuggets. And we'd say, so pizza is here, chicken nuggets are here, and we have 5 people, 3 people, and 2 people. So that's how you would generally think of a Venn diagram, and we could use this in statistics to help us as well. So we'd have the elementary outcomes of a first toss, so twice, 2 times. Would be, we'd have, you could either go heads or tails, and then after we get heads, we can either go heads or tails, and then heads or tails. And so the outcome is either HH, HT, TH, or TT. So we have 4 choices. For example, we could take, let's define A as HT from over here and TT here. And we will define B as, let's do HH, HT, TH. So now we have some interactions between the two and some difference. So if you would think of drawing this Venn diagram, let's say, put out our four elementary outcomes here. So we would say HH, HT, TH, and TT. So going back, let's map A for ourselves here. So A is HT and TT. Okay. And then B is HH, HT, and TH. Let's look at A being HT and TT. This is actually the set of all elementary outcomes that are not in A. So if we think HT, TT, A complement simply will be HH and TH. The union of A and B would be all of the events. So because A and B are the entire sample space. But conversely, if we have the intersection of A and B, that would just be H of T where we see this intersection. Heads and tails. Now we can get into some laws of probability. So the first one we'll talk about is what I was speaking about before. So if you think about the probability of A, let's say in our case, let's go back here. So the probability of A would be 1 over 2. So 2 equals M over 4 equals K. So by the law of complement, let's write that out, law of complement, we can say the P, the probability of A complement, equals 1 minus probability of A, which makes sense simply in our case because it would just be another 2 over 4, addition law. So like I spoke about before, probability of A union B equals the probability of A plus the probability of B minus probability of A intersection B, because this is just counting for double counting, because otherwise we get a probability, say in our case, of greater than 1, which is not possible in probability. So the probability of A or B occurring, so A or B, would be the probability of B, which is 3 over 4, plus the probability of A, which is 2 over 4, which would give us 5 over 4, but we're subtracting our double counting of heads then tails. Events are sample spaces, and then 2, we talked about the probability of an event. We talked 3 about some Venn diagrams. And then a few laws. And thank you very much. If you have any questions, please leave a comment or send me a message, and I'm happy to talk about any of this. Thank you.